IVM.
Hey everybody, quick request once again, if you could help us out by filling out our survey. It's at ivmpodcast.com/survey. This really helps us talk to advertisers about the kinds of people listening to these shows. Really do appreciate your help, and we're going to be doing a random drawing, and we'll be sending out some IVM swag. Hope you enjoy that.
Hello! Welcome to another episode of IVM Likes, everybody! It's party season, guys. It's party time. Although we are all stuck alone at home. What are you going to do? Welcome to a very special episode. Joining me, Antariksh Thakkar. The host is Sumit Pandey. Hey, Sumit. How are you doing, man?
Hello.
Sumit, what's up? How are you
lagging? Yeah. अरे fuck क्या? अबे यार.
Sumit. This goddamn lag, dude. It's just never going to end. I've been waiting for like 5 minutes for Sumit to speak.
क्या time पे lag होता है?
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't want you to hear that someone is addressing you, Sumit, is the problem with your internet. Moving on from Sumit, we have Akil Mahadevan. Akil, what is up, buddy?
I'm good. How are you, man?
All good, man.
Joy
all
season.
Good. Yes, joy season. And let's spread the joy a little more. A Merry Christmas to everyone. Very Merry Christmas. Yeah, awesome. Chalo, let's party now. Episode done. Bye-bye. Just going to say hi. I miss everyone. Merry Christmas. Guys, today is a very special episode. I've been looking for a list of things to watch, of movies to watch, of TV shows to watch during this Christmas season to get myself in this Christmas spirit. And what better way to go about that than asking co-workers of mine what Christmas movies are their favorites or what I should be checking out during this time. And that's what we'll be talking about today in the second half of this episode. In the first half, as usual, we'll be recommending some stuff. For those of you who don't know, in the first half, we always recommend some cool things that we have recently checked out that you should check out as well because you will love them because we adore them. So let's start out. Sumit, get to you, man. Would you like to start off recommendation this episode?
Yeah. Hi. Hello, everyone. First of all, Merry Christmas and be safe, be well. And next thing,
dying,
I want to... No, I'm not dying. Shut up.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So I would like to recommend a YouTube channel called CalebCity. Have you heard of it?
CalebCity?
No.
Yeah. So
what's it about?
So he's a YouTuber. He makes a video like single-handedly all the acting part. Basically, BB ka Vines जैसा है ना? Exactly, but with more funnier content.
Right.
I'm not saying BB ka content अच्छा नहीं है. He's also good, but in a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this guy is a YouTuber.
Interesting.
Does he do what kind of videos does he do? Does he do vlogs?
Yeah. Like a vlogs or a sketch or small comedy short.
Skits and sketches, I guess.
Yeah. Correct.
Right.
Mixture of that and amazing, very nice humor and good expression, good acting, good acting and everything, dialogue, sab badhiya.
Wow, yeah, say it. How long has he been active on YouTube now?
I recently got his channel like around a month back or so. One of my friends recommended, so I'm watching it right now.
Okay.
And his older content is still good, dude. Like amazing.
Okay. Like, can you give us an example of what kind of content it would be? Like, what kind of videos does he have?
So his recent channel, his recent video was about how the badass gangster gangs up to a single hero when he's sitting in a bar and having his drink, and then he gangs up, and how hero is explaining him like how I killed 100 of people and came here, so just off and just go away. You're just a chiller to me and something like that. And he explains it really well.
Probably better
all
than
these
that.
Kind of.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, definitely.
Just kidding.
Yeah, that's right.
CalebCity.
CalebCity, YouTube channel.
CalebCity,
cool.
yes.
We'll check it out. Akil, let's get to your recommendation, man. What would you like to talk about?
I would like to talk about Christopher Nolan, bro. So I just watched Tenet. Yes.
Arey, nice.
I finally got to watch it, and I should have been the first few people to watch it, but I finally got to watch it, and I have to watch it again just so that I can, understand what was going on in the movie, because it's a really messed up situation. The movie in itself, in its entirety, is like the word Tenet.
Okay.
It is like the word Tenet. It's like I don't know what it's called when the like a word like Malayalam. If you write it from the back, also it'll write the same way. Like the letters will fall in the same place.
Wait, the word tenet means part of something, no? It's a tenet from this book.
Right. So, but no, what I'm saying is the word, like a word like Malayalam or tenet, which is Tenet. Even if you flip it upside down, the letters fall into the same position.
Oh,
palindrome, hai na wo?
Oh, wow.
Palindrome. Correct. Yes, I was searching for that word for so long. Thank you so much. So palindrome, yes. So it's like a time palindrome. It's a reverse chronology. Like, for example, there's like an entire dimension where everything is happening in reverse. So it's a universe where cause comes before effect. That's usually how it is. The cause comes before effect, but here the effect comes before cause. So you don't shoot a bullet, you catch a bullet. You don't burn yourself. If you come in contact with fire, you turn into you get hypothermic. You get ice when you come in contact with fire. So that entire concept in itself is so tricky to understand. When I actually saw the movie, it just blew me off, like completely blew my mind. And the music is what I actually went there for. The background music and the techno, so to speak, which plays throughout the entire movie, which is insane. And so I would recommend anybody to just go and watch this movie Tenet, because it's not one of those movies you can watch once and just get over with.
Oh, okay, I want to get to that. Is it one of those movies where the second viewing is totally different and from a totally different perspective from the first viewing?
Completely different. I'm going to tell you, if you watch Inception, or Shutter Island for that matter, you won't understand how the storyline works until you watch it the second time and you see each character unfold in the second viewing, right? You understand, oh shit, ye character aisa hai, so I see how he was reacting at that moment in the second watch. So I actually just got to
that happens when you watch Fight Club. The first time.
Oh, that's one.
It's a totally different experience from the first viewing.
Trust me. Fight Club is one of those movies which gives you a new experience every time you watch it, not just the second time. That's what it happens with me. So yeah. Tenet. Yes.
So again, Sixth Sense is another one of those films that does that.
Oh, beautiful.
Classic M. Night Shyamalan movie. Some movies. I know some movies definitely do that. Love those kind of movies. Tenet is a great recommendation. Does that happen to be your favorite Christopher Nolan movie?
As of now, my favorite Christopher Nolan movie would not be Tenet, because I haven't given it a second watch.
Okay, but what would it be then right now?
It would have to be Inception.
Okay, sure. Oh, you Inception over Dark Knight.
Yes, actually, because Dark Knight would have to be the entire trilogy.
Yeah, okay, sure.
I would have to give credit to the entire trilogy, like all three movies. But even if I had to choose between like one of those movies, I would definitely go for the first one. Dark Knight Rises, I guess.
Begins. No, Batman Begins. The Dark Knight and the Dark Knight Rises. Fair enough. What's your favorite Nolan movie, Sumit?
My favorite, Dark Knight.
Okay, totally fair. Totally fair. So mine changes from time to time. Some days, like the day so there was a time when Dark Knight came out. I would watch Dark Knight almost every day. I was like obsessed with that movie. So I would like watch that when that came out. And
every day.
Dude, almost every day, if not every day. So that and Iron Man, I would say back to back, because they came out around the same time. Iron Man 1, the first one, Robert Downey Jr., and Dark Knight, the one with Christian Bale, obviously, and Heath Ledger. And so they both came around the same time. I would like alternate between them, or like go back to back with Dark Knight one day and then Iron Man the other day.
I think I would have to honestly admit that I think Christopher Nolan brought in the actual wave of superhero movies to become like a mainstream thing. Obviously, Iron Man 2, because that was like the first Marvel movie to come out.
I think,
but I think in all both those movies.
It would have to be the original Spider-Man movies, though, the one with Tobey Maguire. I would say that actually brought the superhero craze.
It kind of started it off, but then
like the current wave. The current wave, I would say maybe Christopher Nolan, but like Spider-Man started off the whole adaptation being taken seriously, because after that, a lot of movies came out. A lot of movies came out before that. After that, because so Spider-Man came out. Then Fantastic Four movies came out, which weren't great. Fair enough, but they did come out after that. So they did. So at least the viewpoint, the view of how superhero movies are was kind of changing, of how an adaptation can be. And then Nolan came and blew it out of the park. Of course, he made it very gritty and very realistic, the whole thing.
Yes.
And, so that was obviously good to see. But yeah, dude, like on some days, Inception is the best movie I've ever seen. If it's coming on TV, you can't not watch it. What are you going to disrespect Inception now? So you have to definitely watch Inception if it's on. And both movies have great star casts.
But I believe Tenet has the potential to beat all of those movies out of the park, way out of the park.
So that's what I think it was. So obviously it was cut a raw deal because it released during this time when theaters, like I like one of our hosts on the IVM network, Vineet Kanabar, was telling us that he had gone for Tenet recently with his wife, and there were like 4 other people in the entire theater. So 6 people in total.
Let me get to that, by the way. I'm here in Nashik, where there's just one mall.
Okay. Yeah.
And there were 2 shows, 8:30 and 10, when I was going for it.
Okay.
Right? I
went for the entire day there were 2 shows.
No, like when I checked, I mean there might have been a few more shows, but not more than 5. Okay. And I went for the last show, expecting there to be at least just like 1 or 2 people there, but there was nobody. Nobody.
Man, so the entire hall was open just for you.
It was a private screening, bro.
Wow, dude, that's awesome.
It stopped from being a proper theater to a private theater for me. So it was fun and scary at the same time because the entire theater was shaking when the background music used to play, and I'd be like, oh shit, kya ho raha hai? So
You can't even,
pretty much.
Oh damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, entire theaters, I can't even imagine, dude. This entire theater. You remember a time when movies would get cancelled with 10 tickets or less? That has happened to me, by the way.
Exactly, bro. And even I was wondering, okay, when I would book online, so for example, if it's a 10 o'clock show, I would book it by around 6:37, right?
Yeah, correct.
And when I was booking online then, there was nobody in the theater seat. So I was like, okay, let me go for the recliner one, ekdam top wala. Maybe someone will come in the few hours that are up till the show.
Yeah.
But when I reached the theater, there was nobody there. So even I was wondering for a certain period of time ki bhai ye log cancel to nahi kar denge. But I got to get in successfully, and even they might have thought ki matlab koi na koi to aa hi jayega. But by the end of it, nobody appeared. So yeah, I was really lucky. And if I go for a second screening, it will definitely be to that same theater. So just so that I don't get any other disturbance, and I can analyze every frame.
Okay. You are hoping that your favorite movie of the year does badly in box office so that you have a good viewing experience. You selfish asshole.
Hey, it's Nolan. It's Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, it's Christopher Nolan. What are you going to do? What were the ticket prices? Was it discounted ticket price or not really?
Nope.
Okay, you paid full
price. I mean, tickets are actually pretty cheap here, but like a recliner for 300.
Okay. But and what other precautions are they taking? I haven't been to a theater in a while. I heard you're not allowed to take food inside the hall anymore. Is that a thing? Maybe not for you.
Yeah,
you're the only person in the hall. You can do whatever you want.
Exactly. मैं तो खाना खा के गया था. So, but apart from that, so there are 2 things. One is कि theater में खाना तो लेके जाना allow कर दिया था अभी recently तक, right?
Okay.
So there was nobody there to even check ki if you're carrying something like that first. Okay. Second thing, they were having the 1 seat ka space in between each seat. So I think that's all. That's the precaution they take. That's pretty much it.
So you could only book every alternate seat when you're booking online, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, that's cool. So what if 2 people are coming together? They still have to sit 1 seat apart?
Yeah.
Dude, you can't they just lost the entire couples market. They just lost.
I know. Exactly. I was just going to say that.
Yeah, okay. Wow. So we've all done that, huh? We are all bunch of poets.
The purpose is defeated.
Yeah, correct. All right. That's a cool, very good recommendation. Tenet, and mine. Mine is a YouTube series on a YouTube channel. The channel is called Screw Attack, and the series on their channel is called Death Battle. Are either of you aware of this thing? Death Battle? No. So basically, these guys, Screw Attack people, are huge comic book nerds, like superhero comic nerds. And so what they do is on their series, the Death Battle, they make any two comic book characters. Actually, it can be any two characters in pop culture for the most part. It can be like for the most part like superheroes and like people from Dragon Ball Z and like manga characters like One Punch Man, Saitama, and all that stuff. So they'll take two characters and they'll just make them fight. They'll analyze all their abilities and their history and their evolution. And so, like each character's powers and abilities and things, the feats he has done. Say they're talking about Superman. Like there was a very, very famous Superman versus Goku episode. Already, that's interesting, right? See, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah. So and they animate it really well. So they have like an animation team who first they list down all the abilities that both the people have, and then they have an animation team who actually make
them fight.
Yeah, with like very good animation. Like some
sick.
Yeah, again, some episodes have way better budgets than other episodes because I imagine they know which episode will get better views. Superman and Goku making fight, of course, everyone's gonna watch that.
Definitely.
But if some rando is fighting another rando, nobody knows.
Right.
So yeah.
I'm sure they must have. I'm sure they must have done the Thanos and Kratos wala thing too, because that is something
Thanos and Kratos.
Yeah. Have they?
Why Kratos though?
Because
why Kratos? They've done Kratos with someone else. I forgot who it was.
He's supposed to be the good villain. I don't know.
I think they've done Kratos versus Spawn. Spawn, the comic book character from Image Comics. If you guys are aware, there's
No, I'm not aware of Spawn.
Animated show also.
Okay.
No? So yeah, it's a very cool and gritty character. So they've done Spawn versus Kratos, if I'm not wrong. But Thanos, let me check. Actually, you might be. They might have done. Thanos
they might have.
Thanos or Darkseid, because that makes sense, right? Thanos or Darkseid.
Correct. Okay.
If you know, Darkseid is the the equivalent.
He's gonna appear in the new Justice League, I guess, right? Darkseid.
I mean, yeah. Okay, so they have done. Yeah, they've done Thanos versus Darkseid. They did it like 2 years back. So that's cool.
I guessed it. That's crazy. Okay.
Yep. They've also done they've done Thor and Wonder Woman. I think they've done Captain America, Batman. They've done Spider-Man and Batman. So that's also there. So yeah, they've done some very cool Death Battle, man. So please check them out.
Check it out.
So they like list down the abilities in a very cool way. Like almost seems like they spend a lot of time calculating and scientifically breaking down how strong this person is. Because it's so difficult to quantify how strong Superman is, because he's as strong as the writer wants him to be, in that story. Same with Goku. However strong he needs to be for that arc or for that villain, he'll be that strong. It's just because they have plot armor and all that stuff. So they quantify in a sense, like in the history of Superman, what is, say, the heaviest item he has ever picked up or ever like pulled or something. So then they calculate the weight of this thing and how much force will be required to pull that, and so what your strength will have to be able to generate that amount of force. So all this stuff they break down in a very cool way. Yeah, exactly. So I remember a feat that Superman has done. He has pulled the Earth, the planet, back into orbit. Pulled a planet.
Yes, I was actually going to say he must have pulled a planet only. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Superman, right? Yeah.
I know an alternate version of Superman, not Superman, the one we know, or an alternate version of Superman Prime, has punched a hole in reality. I'll let that happen.
Okay. Okay.
I know, it sounds a little bizarre.
Reality.
But, it sounds a little bizarre, but, well, comics, that's explanation enough for anything. So yeah, check out Death Battle. It's on YouTube. It's all free. Please check it out. That's great. I think we're at the end of. Sorry, you want to say something?
Before we just move on, I wanted to ask you actually, specifically, how interested are you when it comes to anime?
Dude, very interested. I'm a huge anime fan.
Yeah. What is the one anime? I would really love to get into it because I just started like Death Note and. Cartoons basically.
Yeah, Death Note is a great cerebral anime.
One, right?
Yeah, but
so I want to know what is the one show that you would ask a non-anime viewer to check begin their journey into the anime world.
Okay,
what would that one show be?
I have 4. Okay, I'll give you 4 fantastic shows that everyone should watch, regardless of whether you're into anime or not. Or if you're looking to get into anime, these are a great stepping in point. Death Note for sure is one of them. Because it's like a 26 episode series or something. It gets over in no time.
Right.
And it is so binge worthy. It is so unbelievably binge worthy. It is great. Storyline is great. Characters are great. Just great. The writing is so good. Just amazing.
Other shows. A movie on Death Note, by the way.
The movie is pathetic. You don't waste your time.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Thanks for that.
They never. That happens. No, like we know this in live action. They don't do cartoon movies justice. They don't do anime movies justice.
Never.
Only recently they have started doing comic book movies justice. But even now, very often they don't. They're not able to do it justice. Like DC is still struggling with finding their voice.
They can only do it justice unless they commercialize it to an extent where it becomes a success. Commercially.
Yep.
Only then will. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying, and DC has the Justice League. So, and they still can't do it justice, So, what are you going to do? Terrible show. So huge anime fan. You should watch, definitely Death Note. Another anime must watch is One Punch Man. Okay? One Punch Man now has 2 seasons, but first season only is enough to get you hooked. Awesome. First season is only 12 episodes. It'll get over like this. I remember finishing it all on one train ride. 12 episodes. All watched on one train ride and bloody fantastic. Third one is Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop is a sci-fi. It's a sci-fi anime. It's from a time, a day in the future when humanity has already colonized other planets, and these guys are bounty hunters in space. And it's a very, very cool study of the human, not psyche, human nature, of depression. And very cool, very nice stuff. Very, very interesting. Great action.
That's another thing about anime. Actually, they capture the human nature part of it so well. It almost seems like this could be a feature film. Something like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah.
So that's Death Note done. One Punch Man done. Cowboy Bebop done. Then another one is a show called Bakano. Okay. Bakano is basically, are you a fan of Guy Ritchie by any chance? Do you know Guy Ritchie?
I do know who Guy Ritchie is.
Guy Ritchie.
I wouldn't call myself a fan.
Okay. So I always think of Bakano as a Guy Ritchie movie on steroids. So Guy Ritchie is the kind of director who will have like multiple plot lines and they will all come together in the end into like a crescendo of he's like the Priyadarshan of Hollywood.
Don't tell me you are a fan of Guy Ritchie now.
No. I'm a huge fan of Guy Ritchie for sure, but not because of Priyadarshan thing. I'm just Guy Ritchie is just
that would have been fun.
Guy Ritchie has some of my favorite movies directed by Guy Ritchie. One of them was Snatch and or Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels. So Bakano was basically follow like a lot of plot lines, a lot of characters, but you will never get confused. It all takes place over a period of 3 years. And the timelines, they keep jumping back and forth, but you won't get confused. And it all comes together in the end. So there are immortals involved. There are gangsters involved. This all takes place in America. So this is a Japanese anime which takes place in New York during the Prohibition era, during the alcohol Prohibition era.
Okay.
And so there's like gangsters. There are like journalists and newspapers and reporters involved. And it also involves. So all the events revolve around the premiere journey of this train, which has just launched. The train's name, wait for it, is the Flying Pussyfoot. I'm just going to leave it there.
Alrighty.
That's the name of the train.
That's a train I want to get into.
God. The name of the train is not that important, obviously, but it's just like a funny fact I like throw out when introducing Bakano. And the last one that I am huge into right now, and I would recommend to anyone, is My Hero Academia. It's a great watch. It's again a superhero. It's a superhero anime. It's also comes from a manga. Manga is the comic book equivalent of anime.
Anime, yeah.
And My Hero Academia follows the story of this. So in this world, superpowers are called quirks. Okay, people who have superpowers are called quirks, and they are quirk holders or whatever. And in this world, 97. Sure, yeah, they're quirky. Then in this world, 97% of the people are born with quirks. Okay, so it's a society of people with quirks. Everyone is powered, but only a select few take up the job of becoming a superhero. So it's a job. So being a superhero is a job. There's an organization that controls superheroes and whatever. And then there's a villain organization. The story follows the life of a superhero of this kid called Izuku Midoriya, who is born without quirk. He's quirkless, basically.
Okay,
and he still wants to become a superhero. So how do you go about it? It's a great anime. Of course, this is not spoilers. In the first few episodes, only you understand that he is going to get a superpower, but it's not his own. He's going to inherit someone else's superpower in a very cool way. So then he has to ready his body for that, and it's just amazing. It's a very amazingly feel good show. This show has made me cry. It has made me just be like, oh yes, this happened. It's so great. Really cheerful. Love My Hero Academia. Right now in the manga, so I'm up to date on the manga also. Right now in the manga, some crazy things are happening. So if you're interested in checking these out,
nice. I definitely will.
So I'll just run these down for anyone who's interested. Death Note, One Punch Man. Oh, sorry, I didn't introduce One Punch Man. One Punch Man is about a guy. Again, it's in a superhero world. So you know how in every superhero anime, whatever manga thing, whatever, there's always a pursuit for something. Right? There's a pursuit to be the strongest. Take for what is about Dragon Ball Z. The pursuit is for Goku. He wants to be the strongest person in the world. Right? For if you check out Naruto, he wants to be the greatest ninja in the world. So that kind of stuff.
In the world, yes.
Yeah, in the world, that kind of stuff. Right? In One Punch Man, this guy is already the strongest person in the world. He's called One Punch Man. That's all he needs is one punch. Okay?
One punch, yeah.
Yeah. But because he's so strong, he's so bored and depressed that he has no competition. So it's a very funny anime. It's a very funny anime. Very great, amazing action. Please check all these out. So that's Death Note, One Punch Man, Cowboy Bebop, Bakano, and My Hero Academia. That's a lot of recommendations this round. We should quickly end this half. Man, we have gone on too long. All right, that brings us to the end of this first half. Sumit, could you please repeat your recommendation? Okay, I think Sumit is frozen. I will do his recommendation for him. He had recommended CalebCity or CalebCity, however you want to pronounce it. It's a YouTube channel. Please check it out on YouTube. Akhil, what about you?
My recommendation was the movie Tenet by Christopher Nolan.
Yep, cool. And you can watch it in theaters. And I heard it's coming on
right now.
On OTT platforms.
HBO Max. Soon, right? Yes, HBO Max.
Okay, cool. Yeah. And I recommended the YouTube channel Screw Attack and their series Death Battle. And also I talked about some anime that you guys should check out if you are so interested. All right, that brings us to the end of this first half. Thank you so much. See you guys on the other side.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another week on the IVM Podcast Network. If you're not following us on social media, please do. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Once again, just a quick reminder, please do help us out by filling out our survey. It's at ivmpodcast.com/survey. It really does help us figure out who's listening and, what are the characteristics that we can go and push to advertisers. That is massively helpful to us. Please, please, please do help out with that. So, on the network this week, let me start with a quick milestone. It's the 100th episode of Begin the Journey with Ashish Vidyarthi. Congratulations to Ashish and the team. Great show. If you're not listening to it, he talks to you about just how to approach life. It's just very, very cool stuff. Do check this out. Want to mention the note with Maruki Naya. She talks about why petrol prices are so high. On the Wire Talk, Siddharth speaks with Harsh Mandar. On Advertising is Dead, Varun speaks to Kabir Biswas, the founder of Dunzo. They have a really interesting conversation about, what's the future of Dunzo and what they're thinking about. On the Traveling Professor's Diaries, check out Siddharth talk about the performance paradox. I found it really fascinating and interesting. I think that you guys will really get something out of listening to that. Please do give that a listen. And finally, let me mention Zindagi Diaries. It's Ragini Kumar's poetry podcast. The first week when it came out, we put out 5 poems first week. We put out another 5 poems this week, and the response has been phenomenal. Do check it out. It's in Hindi. It's a poetry podcast. Something a little different. Do give it a shot and let us know what you think. And with that, let me get you back to your show.
Okay, we are back to the second half of this episode. Guys, as I mentioned in the beginning of the episode, we are going to talk about our favorite Christmas movies or Christmas TV shows. And you guys are going to tell our listeners what we should be watching. I mean, all three of us will do that. This is a great time of the year to be watching awesome Christmas movies. Great time to feel jolly. And I think we all need a little more cheer, especially in 2020 as it ends. Oh, I just realized this is going to be the final episode of IVM Likes of the year, guys. Right?
Wow. Okay.
So this will be the last episode of the year, guys. And 1st of Jan will be the next episode. So see you guys in the new year after this episode. Okay, we're not saying goodbye. That sounded like I was just ending the episode. But, all right, getting into the second half. Talking about our favorite Christmas movies and Christmas episodes from TV shows. I want to start off with a movie you guys won't think about as a Christmas movie. And most people are surprised when they realize that that's a Christmas movie. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to describe the movie, and you guys will probably be able to tell me eventually what the movie is. And then you'll be like, fun. Really? That was a good movie? Okay, so I'm gonna describe the movie. It's an action movie from 1988. Okay, it takes place in at an office Christmas party.
Okay.
While the office Christmas party is going on, an inspector, who is at the Christmas party? While the inspector is in the washroom, the Christmas party is basically attacked or hijacked. Hijacked is the word. It's basically like some goons come into the Christmas party. Some thugs come into the Christmas party, and they take all the people hostage there, and they kill one of the employees. And it's up to the inspector, who was in the washroom the entire time when this whole thing was going on. It's up to the inspector to save everyone, and he does.
I can't even seem to recollect who that guy would be in the washroom.
Okay. I'll give you some more examples, some more hints.
Is it Bruce Willis by any chance?
Yep, it is. You're getting there. What is the movie?
Okay.
You got it? Wait, how do you think of Bruce Willis?
I don't know, man. You said there's this one guy stuck in a washroom and there's some hijack happening.
No, he's not stuck in the washroom the entire movie. In the beginning, when the thing is happening, he's stuck in the washroom and he comes out. Yep, that's it. Die Hard, dude.
Okay.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
I didn't realize.
Exactly. Nobody realizes. Now, go back and watch it. It's all a Christmas movie. Okay. It is. It takes place at an office Christmas party. Okay, during an office Christmas party, Alan Rickman's character, Hans, right? Am I not wrong?
Hans. Yeah.
His people attack the Christmas party and take people hostage because they have some scam they're running. As it goes. And it's up to Bruce Willis's character to save them. Obviously, that's John McClane's character. Yippee-ki-yay.
John McClane. Yeah. Yes. Yippee-ki-yay.
Mofo.
Mofo.
Sure, yeah, that works. And so then throughout the movie there are like Christmas songs playing. I believe the beginning of the movie starts with Jingle Bell, Jingle Bell, Jingle Bell Rock.
Right. Now that I think about it, yes.
Yep. So a lot of these songs. I remember the main inspector who is helping John McClane out from the outside of the building. The main inspector has gone to buy like a Christmas gift for his wife or something just before this whole thing happens. I faintly remember that also. So nobody thinks of it as a Christmas movie because it's such a huge, one of the finest action movies.
That's true.
Directed by John Metierman. It's a weird surname. Also the director of, wait for it, The Predator, by the way. Same director. So two classic, amazing action films made by the same director. What a guy. So Die Hard is a fantastic movie. What are your thoughts on Die Hard, guys?
Sumit?
I've seen Die Hard.
Well, what are your thoughts on that?
But I haven't seen the first part, to be honest. The one which you're talking about.
Oh, really? Yeah, the first part. Correct.
I saw only directly the second one.
Okay. So most of the Die Hard films I quite enjoy. So Die Hard, then Die Hard with a Vengeance. Then there was Die Hard something else.
2.0?
I forgot the third one's name. And then there is Die Hard 4.0.
Okay, 4.0.
That's the fourth one, 4.0. 4.0. 4.0 got a lot of hate. But I love it, dude.
Same.
I watch it. Dude, he took down a helicopter with a car. How cool is that?
Exactly.
That's bloody awesome.
Why did it got the hate though?
It wasn't the classic
the usual Die Hard.
So I'll tell. So according to me, why people hated it was because the action was over the top. Okay.
Yeah, fair. Okay, fine.
Not like
that's true.
Not like
it was the first one very realistic, very gritty, and like bare bones.
Exactly, and there was a lot of the fighting scenes where Bruce Willis actually fights, which people love to watch. I mean, come on, he's correct. Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
But I think the fourth part got a little Rohit Shetty vibes. So
okay.
I don't know.
So that makes sense.
But I loved it. I mean, completely, exactly the same very scene where he flies that car into the helicopter and then he jumps out of it. And, oh God, the entire movie is sick. It's too sick.
And then there was A Good Day to Die Hard, which was done with I think Jai Courtney was played his son, if I'm not wrong.
So I actually understand why you said it's a Christmas movie, because I think Die Hard was also released on Christmas.
I was looking this up just today. I don't think it was released on Christmas. I think it was released around June, July.
Okay.
So in that way, it's not a Christmas movie. It didn't release during Christmas time, but it's Christmas themed, dude. It's taking place during Christmas. So technically,
and actually, if you notice, there's also snowfall in the end of the movie.
Very true.
Right?
Yeah, exactly, dude. And again, that I read up on the snow thing today. Apparently, the last time it snowed in LA was in the 80s. Okay, and so 1988 was then. So that's what.
That's
at least before the movie release, the last time it had in the 80s was again in the 80s. And I don't know if it has since, but
cool.
So yeah, Die Hard is one of them. I want to talk about Die Hard, one of the finest Christmas movies. Now that I think about it, now that you know it's a Christmas movie. All right, let's talk about one of yours. What is one of your favorites?
Sumit.
Are we all just talking about movies, or are we gonna talk about some TV shows also?
I have a TV show.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Go ahead. Go ahead with your movie, TV show, whatever you want.
Yeah. Is any of you is a Family Guy person?
I love Family
Guy. Yeah. It had an episode
absolutely.
called A Road to North Pole. Do you remember?
I have not seen it. No.
So
what season is this?
Specifically.
I think it's after 12th season or something.
Okay, cool. I have seen like the first 9 seasons or something. Like top to.
So, isme, what's the dog name?
Brian
and Stevie. They first Brian says I don't believe in Christmas and this that. So all the fighting starts, and then they end up to North Pole, and when they go over there, it's just all dead. Like whole elves are dead, and the whole Christmas spirit is dead. Or the Santa is a big fat lazy snobby person.
Crazy.
Yeah. So after that, they both take this charge to deliver the gift throughout the world, and then they f*** up so bad. Then they f*** up so bad. It's hilarious to watch.
Awesome. Family Guy is such not a family show.
Definitely not a. It's a season 9, episode 7.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, cool.
So do watch this.
Okay, maybe then I've seen it. I just don't remember right now. But cool. We'll go back and watch this one, man. Very good. Let's get one of yours, Akhil.
Okay. So there's this one series that I've been wanting to watch since a very long time, and I actually didn't follow it right when it released.
Yeah.
It's Black Mirror. I actually caught up with all of the seasons, all of the episodes about a year back.
Okay.
And out of all the seasons, there's just one show, like one episode that I instantly connected with, and it just hit me hard. And that one episode was
Christmas episode.
Yes, it's a Christmas episode, and the name of the episode is A White Christmas.
Okay.
So I don't know if you guys have seen this episode. So basically, it has John Hamm, the guy, the lead in Mad Men.
I know John. Yeah, correct.
Yes, and Rafe Spall. So this guy is also a famous actor. When you look at him, you'll know you've seen him in some movies. So this entire episode is based on one guy who has committed a crime.
Yeah.
And he's being made to confess about the crime by John Hamm, who's playing as an investigator, who's trying to get the truth out of him. But this is a guy who is not willing to give up at all. So they are basically having a Christmas meal. I don't want to give away the spoiler or anything, but the basic premise is it's a Christmas meal. And as the meal unfolds over time, the guy realizes that he has no other option but to confess to the crime. And by the end of it, he also realizes that the guy sitting in front of him, the guy who committed the crime, which is not John Hamm. John Hamm is the investigator. Yeah. The guy sitting in front of him is basically not a friend, but trying to be one, just to get information out of him. So it's a particularly dark, and I can give you one word that summarizes the entire episode in one word, which is it's a loop. It's a constant loop, and it's been so well made, and it's so meticulously crafted. Each scene is like emotionally touching, even if you don't, even if you're not connecting with the storyline, you will connect with the character, because his acting, the guy Rafe Spall, is insane in this show. And John Hamm, obviously, is such a charismatic character. When he actually starts talking, you just swoon into his voice, and you just feel like, oh man, just keep talking, basically. So that's one episode I really like.
What is the other actor's name? What is the other actor's name?
Rafe Spall.
Who's the other guy?
Rafe Spall. It's Rafespall. Yeah.
Rafe. Okay, cool. Rafe Spall. Okay, got it.
Yeah, and the name of the episode, yes, I can't recollect where he's from in any other show, but I think this is one of his by far the best acting in anything that I've ever seen him in. Okay. And the episode is White Christmas.
All right, very cool.
I think every one of us mentioned a very happy or like a happy ending with like Christmas joy, and I just mentioned something dark. I don't know.
But that's Black Mirror. That's the nature of Black Mirror.
Exactly, and actually that is why something like even the name White Christmas is so apt for that episode, and it stays with you, man. It just stays with you.
Very cool. All right, I will get to one of my favorite shows.
Yes.
Do you guys remember so Friends had the TV show Friends had a Christmas episode? Do you guys remember the episode what I'm talking about?
Which one's the turkey one?
No, not the turkey one. That's Thanksgiving.
Sorry, not the turkey. Christmas.
Yeah, turkey is Thanksgiving. This is the one with the holiday armadillo.
Oh God, yeah.
I love that episode, dude. I love that episode so much because Ross goes to get a Santa costume from the costume shop like a day before Christmas, and the guy's like, "Dude, you're coming a day before Christmas. Obviously, we don't have any Santa costumes because we left." So he's like, "Okay, what do you have?" I have this armadillo costume. he wears an armadillo.
Strange lizard.
An armadillo. Yeah, it's like a turtle lizard armadillo.
Crazy.
And so he wears that, and he goes to his kid. His son's name is Jack, right? He goes to Jack and like
Ben, right?
Ben. Sorry, yeah. His son's name is Ben. He's trying to explain. He's trying to imbibe Hanukkah and the teachings of Hanukkah. Which is a Jewish equivalent of
Jewish thing,
that to his son. Ross is trying to imbibe the learnings of the teachings of Hanukkah to his son, and while he's doing that, his son is just so not interested in Hanukkah. And while he's doing that, Chandler enters as Santa. It's just he just bursts out laughing. I remember watching it for the first time, I was like laughing my ass off. So then his son is like way more interested in Santa being there than the armadillo being there. So then, whatever stuff happens in the episode, and then suddenly, at a random point, Joey enters in a Superman costume for some reason, and it's hilarious. It works in that episode, and it's so funny. Yeah. Oh God, love that episode.
And I think Chandler's banter in that episode with Ross is like.
Yeah, but I didn't. I remember a line is that Ross asked Chandler, "Hey man, could you leave?" Because Santa costume is like stealing my thunder, you know. I'm trying to bond with Ben over Hanukkah, and you being here in the Santa costume is not really helping. And then Chandler goes, "But I didn't get to shake my belly like a pot full of jelly." Chandler, man. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, crazy.
So yeah, that's my TV show. I have one more that I'll get to, but let's get to Sumit first. Anything else, Sumit, you want to talk about?
Yeah, I have a movie called Bad Santa. Have you guys heard of it?
Bad Santa, yes.
Dude, yes, Bad Santa, man. What's the name? Billy Bob Thornton.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
I recently checked out. One of my friend suggested me this movie, and I watched it. It's hilarious.
Damn good. Yeah. It starts off as a very like a bad natured,
very slow start, to be honest.
Yeah, but a very bad natured Christmas movie. This guy is always mean. His little assistant is also always mean to kids and stuff. Yeah, it's very fun.
The one Santa who's trying to be the naughty list.
Yeah. So that is the one. Have you heard of this movie called Trading Places? It's an interesting movie. I just saw the trailer before this episode.
Before that, could you remind us of the plot of Bad Santa? What exactly happens?
Bad Santa. I think in that movie they the Billy Bob and his partner Tony Cox, they go for a road trip. Okay, and they plan a heist in that.
Yeah. Okay. I remember now.
They plan a heist in a mall. So they go for this thing, and I think there's another something. The guy, some kid joins. I think the heist.
Yeah, there's a fat white kid.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Sorry to interrupt you there, but I'm looking at the poster of that movie, and the tagline for the movie is "He doesn't care if you're naughty or nice," which is lovely. I'm hooked. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. So amazing, like a very nice comedy crime movie, and very hilarious, and it brings the vibe, the Christmas vibes.
Yeah, definitely.
Sorry, I just realized I forgot to mention that Die Hard being a Christmas movie has always been a debate. Okay, has been like a very pressing debate. I forgot to mention this. It has been so every year around Christmas time the debate starts anew. This year, just yesterday, this happened. The writer of Die Hard, something D'Souza, I'm forgetting his full name, something E. D'Souza or something, and he confirmed, it's a Christmas movie. So the debate is finally done, guys. In case you guys are wondering, thank you.
I thought we were gonna have a discussion on it, but you just ended the debate, man.
No, not really. Okay, that's it. No debate, guys. Not needed. Okay, let's move to yours.
Fair enough. Yeah. So I was wondering, I was just hoping and praying that you guys don't take this movie before I do. Because, I mean, you can't mention any Christmas movie or show without this movie.
Home Alone.
It's like, Home Alone. It's like a childhood dream. It's like your childhood dream to happen in that situation, especially on the day of Christmas when it's snowing and stuff. And I think Home Alone. I'm specifically talking about the first part. Because the second, third, and what so many other parts that have been made are nowhere close to the first one where we can see Donald Trump.
Agreed, very true. But still, in the second, I quite enjoy the second one as well. Back in the day when I saw it as a kid. But yeah, of course, nothing with the first one.
First one was sorry to interrupt you, but first one had his own like the Christmas vibe to it.
Yeah, Macaulay Culkin. Yeah.
Oh my
household God. Name. That kid became a household name because of the Home Alone movies.
The kid.
Yeah. Crazy. About Home Alone. So I guess this is the thing now. Akhil, every time you're on, we're gonna discuss a Joe Pesci movie. Because last time when he was on, we talked about Goodfellas. We talked about
Goodfellas. Yes.
And this year we are talking about his most child-friendly movie.
And that just shows you his versatility.
Yeah, correct.
So,
very true.
Insane.
But he was awesome and hilarious in Home Alone.
I think
so many funny gags. Yeah,
he was so hilarious. He actually scarred me. Like if I remember my memory of watching Home Alone was watching it alone at home.
And were you scared of Joe Pesci's character?
Absolutely terrified.
Oh wow!
Like his face. Like by then I hadn't watched Goodfellas or like any Joe Pesci movie. But when I saw Home Alone and I saw those two characters who look like Bonnie and Clyde, Laurel Hardy, one is fat and one is tall. That became kind of like a scare for me, especially when Joe Pesci used to fall down the stairs and stuff like that. and he used to have that face of anger looking back up. Oh my God.
Yep.
That's when I knew this guy is a good actor.
Right,
but yeah, Home Alone is one of those movies.
Fantastic movie, dude. Yeah, still holds up actually. Go watch it now. Still holds up. There's nothing that would really age in like just a very gaggy, awesome movie. The last thing I want to talk about. Yeah, please go ahead.
Sorry. I have another honorable mention.
Okay, please.
Yeah. So, do you remember this? There was a whole 1 hour episode of Mr. Bean for Christmas.
Oh, yes! Oh, of course.
Why can't I recollect this? What happens in that episode?
He mixes vinegar for alcohol.
So
doesn't have proper snacks at home, so
with...
he cuts like branches of trees or something.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So episode starts with when he goes to a supermarket to buy the series, to buy the balls, the glitter balls and various stuff. So to test out the series, he plugs out the whole the villa or the mall light to check that series is working or not. So it's damn hilarious.
I'm gonna have to watch this episode tomorrow. Actually,
do watch
something
this.
Worthwhile.
Yeah, it's on YouTube though.
Awesome.
Yeah. Does it kind of end in like a very kind of a sad way though, where
he's very alone.
Yeah, he's alone. He's spending. So basically, the guests he has on, they are not enjoying this Christmas thing that he's throwing at his face so much. They're not enjoying it at all because like the alcohol is not really alcohol. The food is not really food. Like all the jugaad you can do, Mr. Bean has done for this one thing. And so what they do is when he's in the kitchen to try and preparing the next course or what have you, they change the clock to like 1 minute away from New Year's. So when he comes back, the bell rings, like, hey, it's New Year's, hey, Happy New Year. And they're like, oh, okay, fine, good night. They go and they get into the party which is happening in the next room, in the next house, on the same floor, in the next apartment, there's a party going on. They get to that. And this guy, Mr. Bean, thinking that okay, fine, so New Year's is done. He goes to sleep.
With a steady.
Is it New Year's? Is it New Year's or Christmas?
I think you're mixing it with the New Year one.
Okay.
New Year? Okay, sorry, it's Christmas, yeah.
Yeah, this episode is somewhat familiar to me.
Yeah, exactly. So then he has to spend Christmas by himself. Like after he realizes that, damn it, these guys tricked me. This kind of.
But 1 hour had a kick-ass.
Dude, for sure. Mr. Bean, every single episode.
And I think Mr. Bean. And I think Mr. Bean is a character who will never be lonely as long as he has that brown teddy bear with him.
Yeah. Teddy! Yeah.
Teddy! Exactly.
Hey, Teddy!
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that one, yeah. So, right. Yeah, pretty much.
Great. So one last thing I want to talk about is there's a show called It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Do either of you watch the show?
Always Sunny, yeah. Always Sunny.
So you know the show? Are you a fan of it?
Yeah, I do know.
Okay,
I haven't watched it.
I'm a huge fan of Always Sunny. And they have a Christmas episode, which is season 6, episode 13, which is the last episode of that season, is A Very Sunny Christmas. Okay, that's the episode title. And for those who don't know, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is a very dark comedy show. Hilarious, but very dark comedy. Okay, and so this episode is no different because there are 2 different plot lines happening in this episode. One is with the characters of Dee, Dennis, and Frank. Dennis and Dee are brother sisters, and Frank is their adopted father. And the second plot line is happening with Mac and Charlie. Okay, the plot line going on with Dee, Dennis, and Frank is that while they were growing up, Frank always used to. So whatever gift Dennis and Dee wanted, Frank would buy it, but for himself, to rub it in their face. Okay, look, this is something you cannot afford. Because so he says, I wanted you guys to work harder. I want to achieve things. So how will you achieve things if things aren't taken away from you, or if you don't get things? If you get everything, you're not going to achieve something, So that was his logic. But he do it in a very horrible, shitty way, where just make them feel terrible, like, oh, you're a piece of garbage. You can't even do this much. You can't even like buy yourself a bag, that kind of stuff. So he would do that. And so this year, this is like the background to this episode that they show us on this episode. This episode. It starts off with Dee and Dennis. Dennis says that, hey man, I've been the number one thing I want is a Lamborghini.
Sorry to interrupt you. Which character is D here?
D is a girl. She is Dennis's sister, twin sister, and Frank's adopted daughter.
And Frank is Danny DeVito?
Danny DeVito's character, exactly. Frank is Danny DeVito's character.
Nice.
So what these guys decide is Dennis and D decide. This year, Dennis's wish was to get a Lamborghini Countach. Okay, and D's was to get like this Louis Vuitton bag or something. This handbag. I think it was Louis Vuitton. I'm forgetting. It could have been Chanel or something. So he wanted to get this Louis Vuitton bag. She wanted to get this Louis Vuitton bag. Frank buys a Lamborghini Countach, okay, but for himself. And then he buys a Louis Vuitton bag, but then uses it for himself to put Cheetos in and then eat Cheetos out of it. So just spoiling the lining of the bag inside, So just to piss off his adopted children. So they are like very angry at this point. Like, oh man, you ruined our lives. Every single Christmas at the house was terrible with you. So they make this idea, but it ends. Their plotline ends with them having this scheme that we will take. So you know how the ghost of Christmas past, Christmas present, Christmas future from the Christmas Carol, that movie, also one of the great movies by the way. So Christmas Carol has the ghost of Christmas past. These guys have the Christmas past setting where they show Frank a video of what he was like during Christmas time when they were kids. Then he shows a Christmas present where they get like a business partner of theirs, of Frank's, who Frank had like screwed over back in his early days as a young entrepreneur. And then they go to Christmas future where they talk about like everything that Frank will have to go through or something like that. The plotline ends with Frank at his office, at his old office with the company that he founded, at his old office, sitting at a Christmas party, but he has been sewn into a sofa. So there's a sofa with Frank, Danny DeVito being sewn into it. So you can see clearly that there's a person inside the sofa. Okay, and it's so funny. Everyone's just like staying away from someone. Like, oh God, what a weird sofa. Because he's sewn into the sofa because Dennis and D want him to hear all the crap that his employees say to him, say about him, talk about him in a very shitty way. So Dennis and D want him to hear that, but that doesn't happen. Frank just gets really hot in the sofa. Just really hot in the sofa. So that's why while being sewn in the sofa, he's sewn in naked. We're like, it's gonna be damn hot in this leather sofa, so I have to be naked. He gets so hot, he has to tear the sofa seam and then crawl out of the sofa. So and very sweaty. So it's like an old baby being born from the sofa.
Baby hilarious. From a sofa.
Yeah. So that is one track. Is having the D and Dennis track. The Charlie and Mac, which is the other two characters. The Charlie and Mac track is that Charlie realizes that. So Charlie has this thing where he tells Mac that, hey man, I used to love Christmases, man. I used to get like tons of presents from all these various Santas who would come out to my house, give me a gift, and then go up to cheer my mother. Yeah, that's exactly it. So that's when Mac says, dude, I think your mother's a prostitute. she was banging these Santas so you would get Christmas presents. And so I'm like, what? Really? Is that what it is? So the whole realization is that Charlie's Mac has been sleeping for money.
What a Christmas revelation.
Yeah, what a Christmas revelation, dude. This is hilarious. And then Mac realizes, in Mac's neighborhood, Mac's dad is a convicted criminal. That's been established earlier on in the series, okay? So in Mac's arc, basically you realize that Mac, the norm in his neighborhood was that they would go early in the morning to a neighbor's house and just see whatever gifts they were, and if they liked something, they would just take it. Okay, that was a norm in that neighborhood. Turns out that wasn't a norm. They were just robbers.
I knew something was coming. Like, how exactly do you do that?
Yeah. Mac is like, yeah, man, people used to do this. It's like a tradition in our neighborhood. Like, no, man, this wasn't a tradition. Nobody's neighborhood has a tradition. This is robbers. You were going to neighbor's house and robbing their Christmas presents because your dad couldn't afford.
Why does Philadelphia feel like the Delhi of US? Or Haryana for that matter.
Sorry. Yeah. So that's the last thing I want to talk about. It's all in Philadelphia. Just watch all these things. Hey man, we talked about a lot on this episode. I think this is a fantastic Christmas special. A lot of things that people can check out, from Family Guy to Die Hard to what else, man? Talked about we recommended Tenet and CalebCity, Home Alone. So many.
Yes.
Talked about Friends. Talked about
Black Mirror.
Always Sunny. It's a lot of things so you guys can check out. Check out the Christmas episodes. Let us know in the comments what you guys think of them. Or if you've already seen these episodes of movies and want to tell us something cool about, some trivia about them, let us know that in the comment also. Or if
I
you
am
want to talk
definitely gonna check out Mr. Bean.
Yes, please.
just because of that. Yeah.
Very true. Also, if you guys have Christmas, we obviously didn't get to even half of the Christmas movies that are out there. So if you guys have your Christmas movies, please let us know those in the comments. And thank you so much for watching. Akhil, where can people follow you if they want to follow you?
Instagram at NEO_MDVN. That is Neo_MDVN. Check me out.
Neo Madhavan. Okay.
Neo Madwan.
Neo Madhavan. And Sumit, where can people follow you?
Yeah, people can find me on Instagram, Sumit Pandey. It's as easy as that.
Okay. And you guys can check me out on Instagram at Antariksh. Please follow me. I do stand up. Please come for my live shows. And thank you so much for listening, guys. Have a very Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. See you all soon. Party hard. Be safe. Ciao.
Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, this is Shidaditya.
And I'm Amit Doshi.
And we host Shunya One.
It's a really fun podcast where we talk to some of the best entrepreneurs in the country.
Yes, talking about everything from their startup challenges to what they're building and all the future of technologies right here.
So catch us on the IVM Podcast website, app, or wherever you listen to your podcast from.
Hi guys, this is Ayushi.
And I am Ritasha.
And welcome to Agla Station Adulthood.
It's a fun podcast we've got going on, and we'd love for you to tune in and enjoy with us.
Join us as we stop at various stations and discuss different topics that seem to be bothering us and hopefully you as well.
Relationships, beauty, just being an adult, lots of different things.
We don't have a great grip on it, but we've done okay so far.
Catch Agla Station Adulthood every Thursday on the IVM app, the IVM website, or wherever else you get your podcasts.